Hello everyone. Hello and welcome. If you are just joining me, you're welcome. Hello everyone and welcome to another live class for today. So if you are just coming in, you're welcome. So I just need someone to please confirm that you can hear me and that you can see me. So I'm just trying to okay. So if you can see me, please let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. Okay. Well, I hope the network is not disturbing us. Okay, so if you can see me, please let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. Welcome, you're welcome. So let me see. Josephine, you're welcome. Okay, you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, welcome. Okay, so those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. Kate Osaro, you're welcome. Kate Aigbe Osaro. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining in our live stream for tonight. Okay, so welcome everyone. So guys, so let's just get started straight into our live class for today. Okay, so these are the materials that I'm going to be making use of for this tulip skirt. So you can see how the tulip skirt is like a crossing skirt. Okay, so these are the fabrics, and then we're going to use a pattern paper. So you need a pattern paper when making a tulip. You actually need it. Okay, for those of you that don't like pattern paper, so let me just read some of the comments. Ruth, you're welcome. So Ruth, please, where are you watching me from? Deborah Michael, you're welcome. Yes, mama. Okay, yeah, mama. Gloria, you're welcome. I can hear you. My namesake, you're welcome. Okay, so my namesake, Gloria, where are you watching me from? Please let me know. Deborah, let me know where you're watching me from. So those of you that are just joining me, Josephine, please let me know where you're watching me from. Just type it on the comment section. Okay, peaceful peace, you're welcome. Ruth Oji, okay, you're watching from Enugu. Nka, I hope I pronounced that name properly. You're watching from Kenya, so you're welcome. Okay, Kate Aigbe, you're watching from Benin. I thought as much because I know the name. Oi, Obiora, you're watching from Lagos. Okay, guys, so let's just get started straight into our tutorial for today. Okay, Isoje, happiness, you're welcome. Okay, so these are pattern paper. Okay, Gloria, you're watching from Anambra. Okay, Augusta, Tony, you're watching from Ondo. Josephine, you're watching from Sierra Leone. Deborah, you're watching from Yola. Wow. Okay guys, so let's get started. So those of you that are still joining, please let me know where you're watching me from. So we have our pattern paper. The first thing you are going to do, you are going to draft your skirt. So I'm going to explain this because this is a live class. Okay, Nick, you're watching from Auckland Island. Okay, I hope I've got that right. So if in case you want to make a long tulip skirt, your pattern has to be long. Okay, Alicia, you're watching from Trinidad and Tobago. And then if you are cutting, if you are making so let me just say, it depends on where you want the length of your skirt to get to. That's where you are going to draft your pattern to. Okay, so for this we're going to be making, so for this illustration, I'm just going to use the length that I have on my pattern paper here, which is about 24 inches. So it's the same process, the same everything. Okay, all right, blessing, you're welcome. Okay, so the first thing, we're going to draft our skirt pattern. So in drafting our skirt, I'll use my basic skirt pattern. So the first line I have here is the waistline, and then I have my hip line, which is 9 inches. Okay, and then the full length of my skirt. So I'm going to connect all of these lines with my ruler. I hope my marker, I ran out of marker. Nowadays when you buy marker, before you know what is happening, just one pattern drafting, the marker is gone. I don't even know. The next time you check it, the thing is dried up. I was like, okay, so basically we're going to draft our normal skirt. Okay, so those of you that are watching, that are just joining us, you can just tell me where you're watching from and then drop a like for us. Just like the video, okay? Adeba, enjoy your welcome. You're watching from Lagos. Okay, so the next thing now, I'm going to add my waist measurement, your normal waist measurement. Add it to your pattern, okay? So for this pattern, for this, I'm just going to use, so because if you notice, you can see that I have a little pattern here. So I'll use 24 for the waist, which is 7. 24 divided by 4, I have 7. I'm going to mark it. And then for my hip, I'm going to use 36. So that's my 36. So when I'm adding to my fabric, I can add my allowance. And then for the down part of my skirt, I'm just going to reduce what I have there by 2 inches, and then I'll mark it. That's from your hip. Okay, when you're drafting a skirt, what you have on your hip, reduce it by 2 inches, and then you get your measurement. So the next thing now, all of these lines, we're going to connect them. It's a very simple process. I know most of you that are watching, you already know how to do this though. I'm just, yeah, I think it's better this way, yeah. Okay, so we have our skirt pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to cut out my skirt pattern. So if you're just joining us, like I said, you're welcome. The likes are very little, so I need you guys to like this video, give this video thumbs up, and then you can drop your questions, because this is a live class. So drop your questions. If you have any questions, drop it. Okay, so like I said, okay, so for this, because my pattern is small, so add your dart to your pattern. Okay, so the next thing now, we're going to be creating our style line, which is like the major issue of today's class. So I'm just trying to extend the lines. Okay, so I'm going to stop and see if we have any question before I continue, so that it will not be like I'm just talking to myself. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know. If you want me to continue, if you are getting it, if you want me to continue, please just type it on the comment section so that I can continue. Okay, so let me see. Okay, Ejoma, okay, you can hear me, you can see me. Okay, okay, right on. Thank you. Oya Obiora, Oti Obiora. Okay, all right, thank you. So I should continue. Okay, so the next thing now, this is our pattern. So I'm trying to, let's see, adjust it nicely. Let me adjust my camera because we don't need to miss out any part on this. Okay, so the next thing, okay, all right, thank you, Roots. The next thing now, we're going to draft our style line. So to draft my style line, so I'm just trying to check. Where's my phone, please? So I'm trying to, so I can explain properly. all the applications on the phone, all of them are just on almost at the same time. Compliment of my son. Okay, okay, so you can see I have two different ones that are here. So you can see this is the first one. Both of them are the same. This is a long tulip, so I hope you can see. And then this is a short version. There's a way they normally cover these things so you can see it. So that's actually what is on the thumbnail. So let me see. Okay, Ruth, sorry, the phone is far. The table, can you please adjust it closer? Okay, let's see. Let me try. The issue is when it becomes so close, we might not be able to get to capture the whole table. So that's the thing. So I hope you can see. So I think we'll just like adjust and adjust. I think it's better. Okay, Ijoma, you're watching from Canada, you're welcome. Okay, I think Ruth, I think it's better. I think it's a little bit better. Okay, so I'll just try and adjust as I go along. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now, so in drafting this skirt, so I'm just going to use this, or let me use the other one to explain. So in order for us to do this, here is how you can notice this is the waist part. So this skirt now, we're going to create a style line along this line like this, down to where we want our skirt to get to. It's a very simple process. So what we are going to do, we're going to come to the waist part. This is the top part of the waist, okay? This is the top part of the waist, and then you are going to measure. Depends on how you create it. That is what will determine how open it will be. If you notice, you can see that this one covered very well. There are some it does not cover very well, while some still cover more than this. Okay, so for this now, what we are going to do now, since we want to create what we have here, we are going to be starting, our style line is going to start from this top part. So there are some that you can decide to come down a little bit. Okay, so you can decide to come down a little bit, and then you start creating your curve from this point. It depends on what you want. It depends on what you want, but this one, we are starting from this point. So from this point, I'm just going to mark. So I'm going to mark that edge point like that. And then the next thing, if you notice, it ran all through. It did not terminate from the center. So it actually ran all through from this point now. It came like this. So you create your style line. So the next thing you are going to do on this other part, how much do you want it to come into this part? You understand? So if you notice, it came into this part almost close to the hip part. Okay, so from that part, here's what we're going to do. You're going to measure. You're going to measure, and then for this, we're going to use about 3 inches. So from the hip, I came in by 3 inches. Okay, so from that point now, here's what we are going to do. I'm curving it the wrong way. So it's actually supposed to curve like this. It's curving like a C. Okay, yeah. It comes like this. And then you get it down to that point. Once you get it down to that point, the next thing I'm going to do now, so I'm still trying to check, so I'll draft the exact thing. I'll get to the knee part, okay? So when I get to the knee part, that's this knee part, it's going to terminate from this knee part like this. So from the knee part, I'm going to determine how wide do I want it from my knee. Okay, so from the knee part, how long do I want it? So from the knee part, I'm going to come in as much as about 7 inches, and then from that part, I'm going to create that curve. So I'll just keep going like that, creating that curve. You can see what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I'll bring it closer. So I'm trying to create that style line. So the next thing now, after doing that, I'm going to use my pattern curve to try and highlight it properly to see. Okay, so after that, so for this style line, you can actually create it however you want. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this out like this. So if you notice, I opened my skirt after drafting it. You open it. So the waist part, I actually did not take out any inch from the waist. So this is our exact waist of the skirt. So you can put that into consideration, okay? All right, let's see. Folding your pattern, where did the center, front, or the back face? You face, see, this was how we folded our pattern paper. So that question, who asked that question? Inca. So This is how we folded our pattern. So I'll turn it to this side so you see it properly. You can see this is our skirt pattern. We folded our pattern into two like this, and then we drafted it. Draft your normal skirt pattern. You understand? So after drafting your normal skirt pattern, before you now create out the tulip on it, you open it. You open it out. You spread it open. So when you now spread it open, you decide, as in take your pencil, you can use your pencil. So if it is not fine, you clean it, and then you create your style line. Depends on how you want it to be, okay? And then you open it up, and then you create your style line of your tulip. So at the end of the day, this is what we have. So now we're going to transfer to the fabric. I hope you understand. Don't go say you're welcome. So the first thing we're going to do, you are going to cut out the back pattern, okay? So I'm going to take this like this, and then I'll place this. So normally you can decide to cut out your back pattern first before you create out your style line, okay? So this is the back. So I'm going to cut out the back. So the back is normal. That is, it does not have any style line. It's just your normal skirt for the back part, okay? So I'm trying to just increase the length of my skirt, okay? So if it is a long skirt, this is how it will run. It will just run, and then it runs to the down part. So this is my back pattern. So I'll take this out, and then I'm going to open it for you to see. So you can see how the back of the skirt looks like. So you can see this is our skirt. This is the back of the skirt. Okay, so we'll keep it on the side, and then now we're going to cut out the front. So for the front, we're going to cut out 2 pieces of this, okay? So in cutting out the 2 pieces, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my fabric, and then I'm going to fold my fabric into 2 like this. I'm folding it open. Note, my pattern, when I'm cutting, my pattern is going to be laid flat like this. I'm not going to fold. You don't have to fold your pattern paper. That's for your tulip. Don't fold it when you want to transfer it to your fabric. That's your front pattern. Don't fold it. Open it flat and lay it flat on the pattern or on your fabric that you want to use, okay? Lay it flat. Make sure that you have all of your allowance. Everything enters into it properly, okay? So I'm even trying to see if I fold my fabric this way, I will not be able to get, I will not be able to get the weight will come out. So I'll just continue it this way. I was trying to see if I could elongate it. So you place this like this, and then make sure, like I said, I explained, you open your skirt pattern up. You open it up, and then you are going to cut exactly. It's laid out flat so you can see, okay? So if you are just coming, you're welcome. Please give this video a thumbs up, like this video. So the next thing now, I'm trying to cut. So I hope you people can still see me and you people understand. Please let me know on the comment section before I continue. I need somebody to confirm that you are clear before I cut, okay? So somebody, this is a live class, so I need response. I don't just want to speak to myself and just leave. So please let me know on the comment section. Somebody should confirm that I should continue before I cut. So the next thing, we're almost done. It's just for us to cut this out. So before I continue, I need a confirmation. Okay, Osharo. Okay, you understand, Ruth. Thank you for confirming. Okay, so the next thing now, we're going to cut our skirt. So for instance, if it was a very long skirt, it goes down like that to the down part, okay? So the next thing now, I'm placing it open, and then I'm going to cut this way, like this. Okay, so I've cut, open that part. So the next thing now, I'm trying to cut this side, okay? So I hope you can see what I'm doing. So I'm navigating the hip part of my skirt right now. And then I'll cut this open. So before I continue now, I'm just going to take this out and then I'm going to open up my skirt pattern for us to see. So this is going to stay like this on one side, and then this is going to stay and then this is going to stay like this, so you can see. So I'm trying to place it properly. My fabric, both of them are looking like they're looking so the same. Okay, so I think I've gotten it. Yeah, so I've placed it properly so you can see how this looks like. So you can see, so the waist, like I said, the waist is the actual waist that we used initially. You can see how it is looking. So before you continue, if you want your skirt to be very open, so now what you want to do, if you want your leg, as in if you want the lap to be showing very well, you can decide to don't touch this other one inside, you understand? So because that is what we like, lap the skirt from the inside. If you cut it the same, the skirt is going to open properly. So the next thing you want to do, I need chalk. Can someone get me chalk, please? Blue chalk. So the next thing you want to do, okay, is to reduce just one part of your skirt. You understand? Reduce it as much, depends on the opening you want to create on it. But if you don't want to create more opening, you just want your skirt to look like this, your skirt can look like this, okay? So your skirt can just look like this. But if you want more laps to show, you can just do this, and then you create and then when you're coming up, make sure that you blend it into this point. You don't need to cut it out from the top part. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut that part for us to see. Okay, so I'm cutting just one part. So I've explained why I'm cutting it, right? So with that, you can see at the end of the, when you put this on, this is going to open more than you expect. And then if you are the one that want to show a whole lot of lap on it, you understand? So why I'm explaining all of this is for you to know when you want to drag this kind of skirt, how to do it. So if you know you want to show off a lot, so this that we cut, you are just going to place it with the original piece and then cut it the same. So I'm going to cut it now. So at the end of the day, you see all of the different style lines on the skirt, okay? You see all of them. So that is why I'm explaining, and then I'm doing them for you us to see. So if you want to show up a lot, you can now go ahead and then cut that off. And then somebody like me, if I want to do my own, is the first one I will use. So it depends on individual style. So it depends on your customer. So you can see at the end of the day, you can see the third one. The third, so we literally did like 3 style lines. So at the end of the day, you can see how this looks like. So when you take it down, it's a little bit far. I'm trying to, so when you take it down, so you can see how this looks like. Okay, so for the back piece, I'm just going to trim the length of the back piece and then I'll place it together. the back piece is a little bit longer, so I'll trim it, let it be equal. Okay, so now open up and then show you. So this is the back piece, so you can see the back piece is straight, it stays like this, and then our front piece, this comes like this here, and then the second one comes on top of it like this. Okay, so you know the back piece is bigger because of the allowance part. So you can see at the end of the day, this is how our skirt looks like. So you can see how our tulip skirt looks like. So I'm trying to raise it up so you can see it. So guys, this is how, and then you just join, and then you add your darts on the dart line. So thank you so much. I've talked a lot today. Okay, so thank you so much. All right, so this is how you actually cut a tulip skirt. The next thing is just for you to go ahead and just stitch and stitch and stitch. So I'm trying to adjust my camera back and say thank you so much, all of you that tuned in for our live class today. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so let me just read the last comment before I go. Okay, thank you, Ijoma. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. So thank you. So if you notice, we did like 3 different style lines of making a tulip. So use any one you want, depends on how much open and close you want. So thank you so much, each and every one of you that tuned in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you guys. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't know about tomorrow. Maybe on, I don't know, but just keep checking the community and put on your notification, and then I will know when next I'm going to come up. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in my next live class.